Okay, it's first review. Matt Morozic, aka MVM3897. Let me start over. Matt Morozic, aka MVM3897. I can't even talk. I'm so freaking tired. But the videos must continue and the reviews must come. So, as usual, my first kit to get was the Filmy's Girls kit because they're always just so freaking cool. And last year's kit was really awesome. And I have her ready to paint. I always say, I have my Freya, she's ready for paint. And I'm going to paint her this year because I've got some more figures on my belt. I feel a little more confident in that my abilities to do her justice. I'm not going to paint a kit if I don't feel like I can do it justice. So she's prepped, she's ready to go. But this year's entry, Freya is like a 9.5. Nefertiti's like 11 as far as like the coolness factor. Just an amazing piece. I haven't looked at this yet. Mark did pull out a casting for me at the show to show it to me, and from what I saw, it looks fabulous. Of course, Jim Capone, as humble as he is, did he's like the master. He's the master babe painter, in my opinion. Just knocked out the display piece. If you didn't see it, you missed something really special because it was beautiful. So here it is, Nefertiti. This box is heavy, guys. It's big. I mean, it's a huge kit. It's 1/5 scale, so it's a little bit bigger than his normal 1/6 stuff. And I mean, he kept the price under $300. You can't beat a Filmy's kit for the design, the quality, and the price. Anyone who bitches about paying, $200, $250, $300, $325 for a kit like that, you guys need to go try building go buy a mech. Those are $600, $700 for one, okay? And they're not nearly as cool as this stuff. So, yeah, stop complaining about prices because the cost of production is crazy. People have given me a little insight on what it costs to do this stuff, which makes me even appreciate what they do even more. So, stop complaining about prices. Support your art. Support the producers. Support the sculptors. Support the industry, and stop complaining. So that's my one rant. Buy kits. Buy original designs. Stop buying Frankensteins. So anyway, this is Nefertiti by Filmy's Girls and Marc Havican. The artwork is phenomenal as usual by Simon Eckert. He's a cool guy. I chat with him on Facebook every once in a while. He has yet to offer his artwork for sale as prints. I don't know why, because it's awesome. I keep bugging him, hey, can I buy a print? Oh, no, I don't do sell prints. Okay. So anyway, I haven't opened the box. This is what you get. Oh, and also, Marco, with your kit, I don't have it with me, but it's a nice poster. It's about this big, about that tall, with a really cool illustration of all his kits so far. So really nice little bonus piece he was handing out at the show. So let's crack her open and see what we get. I'm probably going to have to pull this off camera and get all the peanuts out because, he does a good job packing. So here's my receipt. $275. What a steal. I mean, this kit should easily be $325, $350. So thanks to Mark for keeping the price below $300, though. I think it's worth more. As with every Filmy's Girls kit, you get your cool certificate of authenticity. Nice foil sticker. He signs everything. I got kit number 5. Cool. And let's see what else we got. Other guys, we got our cool. I'm gonna add more. I'm gonna have like 12 of these things now. Cause every time I get one, I slap it up on the wall. So another, cool sticker. I love the retro look. And a couple other kits I got because I got into Filmy's Girls. Some other kits are out there. They're different subject matters, but they have that cool retro look and a cool Filmy's Girls sticker. And he gives us a nice set of photos. I like this. I love it when, and actually this is the artwork. This is great, so I can frame this now. So it's a nice little print of the artwork. I love that. That's great. Nice little touch, Mark. Thank you for putting that in there because the illustrations are gorgeous, and then the kits, just come to life anyway. So we get a nice print of the artwork. So that's a 5x7 that will be framed up nicely. And then we get some photos of the finished kit. Now this is cool because if you look at other kits that Marc has done, and you look at the artwork and then you look at the kit, this kit, the sculpt is like almost dead on to the artwork. And you can really kind of see it in her face. It's Roberto von Braun did the sculpting on this. Let me make sure I'm saying that right. I'm pretty sure. Is it on here? Yes, Roberto. So if you don't know Roberto von Braun, look him up. He's like, once I found out who he was, sorry, my phone's starting. Once I found out who he was and what he did and all these, I made it a mission to find out what he's done and try to get like all his stuff. And of course, a lot of it's out of production. But this is one of the cases where he's actually taken the artwork and pretty much literally done it verbatim. It's almost spot on. Some of the other stuff he's done, he's not that it's different, but he has kind of changed a couple features from the artwork to the sculpt. This one's almost like spot on. You know, it's cool. So we get 3 nice photos, nice front photo of the whole setting. So again, if you haven't seen this in person, you missed out. You really missed out. It's an amazing piece. And I'm lucky enough that I have friends that hooked me up, and I was able to see Jim Capone unpack this. And by the way, Jim Capone custom designs each box that he does for these kits, and he custom builds them. And he had this box, and that was a piece of art in itself. And he needs to do a tutorial on how to do that, because one of the challenges with kits is how to transport them without damaging them. I do bubble wrap, and that is so easy to get. Like especially like some of this, you get caught on her little head emblem there, and it could break. His boxes are a piece of art, so he needs to teach us how to do that. Cool front picture. I'll stop talking so much and show you the kit. Nice side shot, and then shot of the back. Ooh, nice booty. Okay, so we got that stuff. I'm gonna put that back in the envelope. Yeah, that's all. And then there's a card in there. I have like 7 or 8 Fimy cards from all the kits I have. All right. I'm going to get my trash can. I'll just have a box here I can put these peanuts in. As usual, Marc's packing is top notch. Nice padding. Everything's protected very well. And so like when I get this stuff, I throw these peanuts away when I store these kits, because once you take them out and try to put the kit back, it's like anything. Once you unpack something, you never get it back in the same way. So I typically just throw these out. And then if I was to ever sell a kit, I'm not going to sell this. I would just put new bubbles or, bubble wrap in there to pad it. So let's take some of this stuff out. Okay. And I'm going to just I think I'm just going to take everything out and put it on the counter on my table here. So there's that. Here is the sarcaphagus. And then we have a little baggie here. Here's the part of the base. And then we got the main base. This is a big footprint. I have to measure this for you guys. She takes up some space. It's another big piece. And then we got part of the table. And that's it. So let's take this out and look at it. So it's gonna be, again, this will be a fairly long video because there's a lot to look at here. So let's take a look. All right. So let's look at the base. This is right here. So one thing I was, when I saw this in person, is I didn't realize that the sand texture was molded in it. I thought Jim had, added a sand texture, but it's in there, so it's molded into the base. I always love it's always a nice feature when the base is signed and numbered. I love that. It just, it's nice. This looks good, guys. I mean, nice. This is all really nicely detailed. This part is really, although it's really nice, it's not a whole lot to look at. Got a scarab beetle down here, which actually that's what the cat's playing with. And then we have a nice scarab beetle with its wings open. We have some of the bandages that are falling off for Nefertiti. Too bad more didn't fall off because she's pretty hot. So that goes like that. I probably won't be able to put her together, because this, And now this is the part where she stands on. And again, this is really cool because the way she stands up here and the bandages are falling off and onto the ground. So this goes in here and they would line up somehow. Let's see. Again, it's my first time looking at it, so you get to watch me fiddle around while I try to figure this out. I think maybe it just goes like that. I could be wrong, or no, just like that. Anyway, it goes on there somewhere like that. And I'll bring this down. I'm not gonna try to put it together. I'll bring it down and show you some stuff. This is I have to look at the picture now. Dang it! Where's the picture? I put it away. It's right here. I think, is that the top? No? So you get to watch me fumble around while I figure this out. Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's just another level of this base. Then this comes up here. Like that. This will have to have a little sanding on it right here and right here. It just doesn't sit real flat right now. It's pretty flat, but it's got a little wobble in there. But that's no big deal. Actually, no, it's not too bad. There's a lip there. That's what it is. I didn't notice there's a lip. So it sits pretty good. Yeah, I think we're okay. Oops. Sorry. So I put it together and I didn't realize there's a lip, but it sits pretty flat. Just ever so a little bit of wobble, but that'll be fine. That'll be easy to take care of. All right. Lots of little stuff in this kit. Lots of little details. It's really impressive, especially when I was watching Jim put it together. He like pinned everything. So let's get out the babe. Let's check her out. Hey, wait a second. She doesn't fit in the sarcaphagus. That's not right. She should fit. Let's see. I'm going to have to get an X-Acto blade here to cut some of this open. Just real careful. I don't want to scratch any of the resin. Actually, that's not a good blade. My blades are dull. Because I was scribing like crazy last week before Wonderfest on a kit. Alright, okay, so here are arms. I put those aside. And I love these little things that they do in the packing. So they put a peanut in her hand and then they wrap it with tape because those fingers are really fragile. And that's, I've gotten other kits where they don't do that and all the fingers are broken off. So that's super props on the packing on stuff like that because those are hard to fix. And here is her other leg. So I think the most challenging part on this kit are the bandages. Randy Van Dyke was able to get an early copy of this and he painted one for the contest and I was listening to him and Jim listen to how they painted it. So I took mental notes while they're talking about that because that's a lot of masking or hand painting, however you choose to do it. Yeah, so I won't be able to really fit her together too much because there's a lot of these little teeny tiny pieces like for the table and stuff. But I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to show you the quality that you get with the Fimy's kit because it's good stuff. What's in here? This is and it's a cool Simon's art is it's fun. It's it's not just the babe. I love the little cat that's playing with the scarab beetle, down below. Okay, here, ooh, crap. Oh, and that was my fault because I dropped it. But this was not broken in packing. It broke because I dropped it and I'm an idiot. So I had to glue that back on, but that goes on the top of this Copic jar lid. So, okay, I'm doing a video. I'm gonna take a little break because my family just came back. I'll be back in a second. Okay, we're back now with Nefertiti. Sorry, we had dinner and all sorts of fun stuff. So anyway, last thing I did was I was stupid and I dropped the lid to the Copic jar and I broke the little. I think this is Anubis. Is this the god Anubis? I'm not sure. I'm not up to speed on my Greek or my Egyptian mythology and gods, but this was not broken in packaging. It was me, so it was packed very well, but I have butterfingers. So then here's some of the bandages that were also packed very nicely, and these just kind of, Jim Capone actually pinned all these little guys. I may have to pick his brain and ask him how he attached the pins because they're very thin. So yeah, it was cool watching him put together because it was great insight as far as the design of the kit and everything. I love the little night slipper here that they include with some of the Egyptian kind of artwork. Just a nice little, it's a fun touch. This is the little dish she's holding. And then here are some of her hair strands. And yeah, there's a little, I was wondering if that was molded in, but it's a separate piece that goes on her headdress. Let's see, is it in here? Yeah, it's right here. So anyway, so let's start looking at some of the pieces here. I'm gonna put, we'll start with Nefertiti herself. And probably little pieces in the sarcaphagus for now. That way I don't drop anything or lose anything, because we don't want to do that. Okay, we'll put this aside. So, looking at her, and here oh, I forgot there's a cat there. We'll unbag the cat later. So just, Roberto von Braun, as I said, mentioned, he's like the babe sculptor. So she looks awesome. And like I mentioned earlier, she looks almost spitting image of the artwork. Really, really nicely done. The details are exceptional. There's even, I'm not sure if it's showing up in camera, but the bandages have, look like the texture of the bandages would have. I love the sculpted details in the hair here. It's nice. There's a little piece that goes on top here. Here it is. And then I'll go in here like this eventually. Oops. So this little piece here, nicely done. Well, go in here, and that'll get glued in. I don't think you want to, because after you get everything painted, you want to take that in and out. So we'll glue it in later. Her skin is absolutely smooth, nice. Roberto does a great job of smoothing out his sculpts. So nicely done there. And with every kit, there's gonna be a mold line. So let's take a look at that. And it's nice. It's well done. Not a whole lot of cleanup is gonna be needed here. Just your normal little bit of sanding that away. I don't see any mismolds, like the mold didn't slip at all. There's no step. So nice tight mold line there to take care of. There actually was a little bit of flash right here, but as I was handling it, it fell off. I was going to show you just how thin it was, but it flaked off just from handling it. Yeah, it looks really good. Impressive as usual. A little bit of cleanup on the heel here, but no big deal. A little bit of sanding. I love sanding. I spend a lot of time sanding. If you watch my videos. Yeah, really nice. I like, a lot of times the head will be sculpted separately. I like the fact that it's on the head, because then you don't have to worry about doing a seam, fixing a seam under the neck. So that's always a plus. And then she does have some hair strands out, and the leg is keyed very well. So that'll get glued on before any painting is done. So yeah, we'll pin and glue that really well before any painting is done, because we don't want to mess around with glue or, even I don't even want to magnetize this, because she will be bearing weight on that foot, when she's standing. So let's look at the arms. I'm gonna leave the fingers wrapped because I don't want to drop and break it. This goes in this arm right here, and she will be holding this little dish, and that's done really well. There's a little hole here. I'm not sure if that's for, it may be for a peg in the hand. I'm not sure until I take that apart, but I don't want to. It doesn't look like a bubble. It looks like something purposeful. So Actually, everything I've ever gotten from Marc, I don't think I've ever seen bubbles. So his casting is top notch. And I'll have to see, but I'm not sure if this little bottom, I think this little bottom part is part of the dish, and I just need to sand that flat a little bit. So again, I don't want to take this off. Oh, you know what I see? Now looking at the artwork, if he followed the artwork, her thumb will peg into that. So that's really cool. So her thumb will peg into that hole. Nice. So cool. So that can be removable then for transport. But when you put that arm on there, there's no seam because it just follows the bandages the way they're wrapped. So that's really nicely done. And I'm assuming the same can be said for this arm. I'll still glue these on even though those are on a seam. I won't mess with trying to make these removable. And here there'll be just a little bit of putty work, nothing bad. But yeah, really good, really well done. You know, Marc does good work. His caster does good work. His sculptors do good work. So that's Nefertiti. This is going to be a long video, so if you want to stick around, it's going to be a while. It takes a long time to review these videos because there's so much stuff to look at. This is the table that will go on the base. So there's the table, and then it's got legs. And Jim also pinned these legs. So it does come with little resin pegs to attach. But I think Jim had the right idea. I'm not sure if he removed those or what, but I'll probably just remove those and replace them with metal because that's pretty fragile. It slides right in really well, but that would break very easily. I think it's smart to have those removable. So good idea. And those are casted really well. Nice little detail. Even on the back side is a nice little kind of decorative detail on the inside of the leg that you really don't even see. So nicely done. And you know what's cool about this? So I'm looking at this, and there's a little bit of surface. You know, it's not like perfectly smooth, but considering the subject matter, I don't think it's really necessary to go in and just clean that up to the nines because in reality, it wouldn't have been that way. It'd have a little surface defect. So I think I don't see a seam line. I just may leave those little imperfections in the surface because that's how it would be. For the table, really well done. Again, just a very minimal mold line to take care of, but you know, a couple minutes of sanding, that'll be done. They sand the bottom nice and flat. So yeah, that looks good. And then here's another, this is like her little footstool. So this is where her other foot will peg in. And this has feet also. And I don't remember if Jim pinned these or if he just had these glued in. But again, it's got little resin pegs. But I think it'd be smart to probably replace these resin pegs with metal. Just because, again, once that's in there, it's a weak point. And that'd be on any kit. I think it's just a good idea to maybe take those off, drill in, and permanently attach those with some brass or something. So those have 4 little legs there. And this, again, just has a very minor mold line. Easy to take care of. I get a kick out of builders who complain about mold lines. Like, dude, grow up. There's going to be a mold line. It's a you know, you sandwich something together, something's going to squeeze out a little bit. Don't freak out about a mold line. I always say if you don't like sanding, don't build models. I'm not sure what you would call this. Maybe a mortar and pestle. But this kit has got so many cool little details. I just love it. Again, it tells a story just like all the other kits Marc puts out. Very cool. A lot of neat little details. Again, I already mentioned her slipper. I mentioned her bandages that go on. Let's see. I mentioned here's the lid to the Copic jar that I so stupidly broke. And where's the bottom? Here's the bottom. And again, there's a little peg there, more than likely. And the artwork is actually tilted back a little bit, so probably paint that some color and then maybe do this with brass rod so it can kind of sit open. But yeah, again, really nice, ton of little details. This little piece here that I messed up. The mold line's almost negligible, like I can barely see it. And same goes to go for the Copic jar. Let's see. And here are her strands of hair. Looks like there's only 2. So let's see if I can figure out where they go. There's only 2 options. I think maybe this one goes here. I'm not sure exactly. So far, this is the only little bit of area that's going to need a little more cleanup, just because the male and female ends in the casting process got lost a little bit. Okay, so that's going to probably go in here. So like this little peg, just to, you know, a little extra resin. So I'll just cut that off and I'll pin it in there, and then just kind of sculpt the hair in there. So no big deal. And the same with this piece. So this actually, the way she's standing, I'm actually looking at the artwork, kind of flows out. It doesn't actually lay over her skin. It kind of flows out. So yeah, again, just a little bit of cleanup there to make those work. But those are sculpted nicely. Here is another little, this actually, in the artwork, this was like a jar with face cream in it, which it probably is. So maybe the whole scene, like these are her makeups, you know. And now, so that's such a literal translation of, not such a literal representation of a like Egyptian tomb. This thing doesn't have any mold lines. So I'm guessing this is a one-piece mold on that part. And then what else we got? So we got this little piece here that goes on the back of her head. It's got 2 little pins that will go back here. It actually fits seamlessly. Very good. And here is just a lid. And this is actually the lid to this little thing. But the way the artwork is, it's just kind of sitting on the table over here. Like I said, I won't be able to pin this. I won't be able to fit this together like some of the other kits, just the way it's designed. But at least I can go over all the parts and show you what you'd get if you get this kit. And he sold out. I think they sold every kit that they brought, because they brought this was their new kit this year. They had a couple pearls, they had a couple Freyas, and I think they had like 1 or 2 pebbles. But they sold out of everything. Actually, the cat is one of my favorite parts. It's just again just a fun little thing. I'll have to just snip this peg off and drill a new hole. Again, just because a lot of times in the resin casting, these don't work very well. But yeah, cool little cat. You got to pin 2 of his paws. So you have to do a little bit of pinning and smoothing of the texture, but that's super simple to do. So this is actually the front paw here. It lines up real well. You just have to pin and then use little aves to fill that in. And then his tail, same thing. Pin it and use little aves to blend it in. Oh, we haven't looked at the sarcaphagus. That's like, it's actually almost the main show because it's so pretty. And it's heavy. It's huge. The thing is big. So the sarcophagus is probably, look at me dropping stuff. It's probably, let me measure it for you, how tall it is. Actually, I'll do it this way since my camera angle is facing down. The sarcophagus is over 1 foot tall. It probably weighs, I think Mark says it weighs 3 pounds. But this is hefty, man. This is cast as 1 piece. There's no mold line. And looking at Jim's paint up, you know, there are a little bit of surface imperfections in this, but again, I'm just gonna leave it because that's how it would be. It wouldn't be completely smooth. You know, it would have been like a hand carved wooden sarcophagus that would have been then gilded with gold, so they would have all those little imperfections. So I'm just gonna leave it. There's one little thing I see here. It maybe looks like just a little bit of, it doesn't look like it belongs, and that's probably the only one thing I'll sand out right here. It just doesn't look, you probably can't even see it camera. So it's one little surfacing that I'll probably just take care of. I may go crazy and try to gold leaf foil this. I don't know. I've never done it before, but that'd be a nice challenge. So that's Nefertiti. Cool piece. Let me measure the base for you, because if you're looking to get this, you kind of need to know how much real estate you need, because she does take up some space, just like Freya does. It's an impressive piece. I still have Freya. She's sitting over here on my shelf, all primed, ready to go. She's been sitting there for about 8 months. So I'm gonna throw all these little pieces in here, and I'll repackage it. Oh, I didn't go over this guy. He's packaged. He's got a piece of tape on him, so I'm not sure if this comes off. I'm gonna be careful, because I'm not sure if this is solid or if they have a peanut wrapped in there. Oh yeah, there you go. See, again, I love that they wrapped a peanut in there. Let's not break this, because I don't want to have to fix something else I break. Let's see. The fine line between packing well and sometimes overpacking. You know, when I ship the finished kit, I pack the crap out of it, but then it's like surgery trying to unpack it for my clients. Oh yeah, so what they did is they put a peanut over, is this Anubis or is this raw? This may be Anubis. Someone tell me. His ears. I think this is Anubis and this other guy was raw. That's what it is. The first Copic jar was raw and this is Anubis. I'm correct. But yeah, man, he's so cool looking. You know, just a little sanding. I mean, the mold lines will take literally, I could get this sanded and prepped in like 2 minutes and he's ready to go. But, you know, Mark does one piece a year, but man, when he does it, it's really, really cool. So I'm going to back up and I'm going to crank this down a little bit. We'll see what we can do, because I'm already like half an hour on this video. It's long. Sorry guys, I know. But I like to review good products and give them the respect and the time that they deserve. So as long as you don't mind sitting around for a while watching. So the base, I may have to, I think it goes like this. It looks like this bandage line's up there. And then I'll have to clean it. I'll have to clean up a little bit to get it to sit down. That's not bad. So anyway, I'm just going to assume it goes there. This goes here. The sarcaphagus will go up top. She goes here. And then the table kind of goes wherever you want, and then her leg goes up on the table. So again, this really isn't a kit I can like fit together for you, but it's really an impressive piece. This was the first one I had to get, so awesome kit by Fimy Girl. Again, here's this little table, and that doesn't have the legs on, but it'll go over here somewhere with all the cool little accoutrements. And then you got this guy right here with Anubis on it. He goes over here somewhere. So I'll probably magnetize this. Pin those legs like Jim did. He even pinned the cat in place. He drilled teeny tiny holes in the base for all the cat's paws, because the cat's playing with this scarab beetle. It's actually a really good idea, because once that's on there, you know, if the base gets bumped or something, if someone's, you know, looking at a competition, it gets bumped, nothing's gonna fall over, because that's when things break, when things fall over, like the thing I dropped. So anyway, great job, Mark. Hope you watch this, and enjoyed seeing you this year, and another great kit by Fimy Girls. I'm not sure. Give him a drop. I know he sold out at the show, and I'm sure he's taking orders for another run. So at least I think I am. I could be wrong, but send him a note. But this is Matt Mrozik, aka MVM3897, signing off. See you guys for the next one. Bye.